tuned for the fact check. It's where the party's at.
You're stressed out.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to be stressed out because Buddhism.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I was yesterday.
Did you get
Buddhist,
impacted by the...
Extremely impacted by White Lotus finale.
Yeah.
We won't talk about it,
We're
the
not gonna
details,
talk about
because
it.
you haven't finished, but I do want to talk about it overall. There are so many parts of the whole season. The whole season is about, the whole series is really about Buddhism, I think. But this season specifically is like, kind of hitting you over the head with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
in the most realistic way.
Yes. Oh my God.
Mike White?
I just think Mike White is so brilliant in his accuracy. Like everything, every storyline is so accurate, but so funny. He dabbles in Buddhism, so it comes through in all the seasons, I think. Because I think what they're all saying in different ways, obviously the first season is speaking to class, you know, and second season is speaking to relationships, and then this one is religion, that he just shows over and over again how flimsy our grasp on reality is. Like what we think is true to us and what our identities are and who we are, and even our beliefs are so flimsy. Everything is so
we've built
tenuous.
up a lot of artifice around what is at the end of the day another animal on planet Earth. But we've created all these things and manufactured things, and then we have institutions of thought, and they all feel really substantial and permanent and real.
Nothing's real.
But it's just all stuff we made, and it's ideas we thought up and told other people, and they caught on. Mm-hmm. We're just here. I was thinking in the simplest terms, they were going to breakfast. Mm-hmm. They're always going to breakfast on the show, and it seems so fun. Yeah. I get so excited at the notion of being at a hotel and going and getting breakfast when I see the scenes. And I go, oh, yes, breakfast is so fun. And then I go, because it's eating. Yeah. It's the essential thing. We really do have a purpose, which is we have to eat food. That's like one of our purposes. Like the most consistent source of joy in your life is eating. You're almost guaranteed 3 times a day to have this fun pick-me-up.
Not anymore for a lot of people.
Well, true. That's a good bring up Ozemp.
I know. Peptides.
But does that make any sense? I was like, it's not a mystery why breakfast, lunch, and dinner is so fun, because we have to eat to stay alive. That's our purpose.
Yeah, but but then we put so much on top of it. The expense, I'm going to a fancy restaurant tonight. Yeah. That proves that I'm
doing
valuable in society, and that people want to be. I'm superior. We make all these hierarchies, and it's all made up. Everything is made up. Because yesterday I was walking to go somewhere to work, and I sat down with my computer and I thought, how do Buddhists work? I don't want to do, what is the point of this? What is the point of sitting here and picking apart this conversation and making it sound good, and all of this is for money, and why?
Well, hold on. No.
Why?
There's a very Buddhist approach to work. Yeah,
but
you should definitely
money.
No. Well, if you make it about money, then yes. Being diligent and meticulous and thoughtful and mindful about process is very Buddhist.
It is, I know.
And
I know. But for me, there's stress on it, right? I'm doing it so that it's so good, so that we are able to have all these downloads, and then we're able to earn our money, and it's all and I'm able to feel comfortable in that big house, and it's all
You're having a real
dumb.
reckoning.
Yeah, it's all dumb. And it is so ironic and so stupid. But the weekend started, again, this is like a bottle. This isn't a bottle episode, but it kind of is.
You love your bottle episodes. Yeah. You want to keep them going.
On Saturday, I went shopping with Callie.
Uh-huh.
And as we love to do.
Yeah, and you went to a new store.
I went to a new store that I was really excited to go to.
Yeah.
That's a fancy store that, you walk in and it's very Pretty Woman. You come in and you have to prove yourself there a little bit.
Right.
And Callie even said, she was like...
Opposite of Costco. I'm just finishing the acquired Costco episode.
Completely opposite of Costco. Costco is a fantastic company. Like when we walked up, they said, "Do you have an appointment?" And we said, "No." And then they said, "Okay, it's fine. How many?" And we said 2. Oh. And they said we could go in. While we were there was a watch.
Beautiful watch.
There was a gorgeous watch. 2, actually. And the first one I tried on was gold, Cartier. Beautiful. It has like this tiny face. I love a tiny face.
You love a tiny face, yeah. I like a bigger face.
I love it. It's so tiny, you wouldn't believe it.
Okay.
And it's vintage. It's
Do you
from
need
like the 20s.
magnifying glass to see what time it is?
Almost.
What if it came with its own matching magnifying glass you kept in your pocket?
Yeah.
But it was tiny too.
And it's so tiny. And, I put it on and it was beautiful. And then he said the price. I was like,
you had to tell your face not to react.
Yes. And I was kind of like, get it off. Like, I can't.
Get it away from
shouldn't
me.
be on me. Like, get it off.
Yeah. How much was it?
$50,000.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Cowabunga. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he took it off. But there was this other one I had seen, and Callie was like, maybe you should try on that other one. He put it on my wrist. White gold, Cartier, tiny face. Also vintage. It is so pretty. It looks great on my wrist.
Yeah.
It's extremely unique.
Uh-huh.
Asked the price. He told me. It was significantly cheaper than the first one.
Right.
So then it felt...
like a bargain.
felt cheap. I said, I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, okay.
I took it off. Callie made me promise her I wouldn't buy it that day.
Good girl, Callie. Good girl.
She said that's something to think about.
Yeah, that's a think about purchase.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I said, sure, yes, that's right. She's
like, just wait till you watch White Lotus on Sunday.
Well, that's where this is going.
Okay.
So I was ruminating on this watch for 48 hours, basically.
We spoke about it even. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was looking on the internet to see if I could find anything like it.
Yeah.
I couldn't find.
You couldn't.
No.
Because my first thing would simply be anything vintage at a really nice store, they're marking it up 100%. So why not find it in the wild if you really want it?
Well, I've been scouring.
And you couldn't do it.
It's nowhere to be found.
They found the only one.
And so, then I was like, God, should I do it? And then I've been asking people, and of course, some people are like, absolutely not, no.
Yeah.
And then some people are like, well, it is an investment. It's people do that. So anyway, I've been doing this whole thing
a lot
all
of math
weekend.
in your head.
A lot of math, a lot of thought about this watch, and then I am watching the episode.
Yeah.
And there's a scene.
Yeah.
There's a scene with the mother and the daughter. Have you got there?
Yeah.
Okay, where basically the daughter she's there to become Buddhist. She wants to go to this monastery. She wants to live there for a year.
Yes.
And the mom says, you need to stay there for one night.
Yeah.
And if you're fine with that, then okay.
We sign off.
Which seemed like an easy thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And she goes and she comes back, and essentially, if you haven't watched this yet, maybe turn it off. But
fast forward is what you want to do. Yeah.
She's crying.
Yeah.
Because she just can't do it.
Yep.
She's
she didn't
crying
like the bed.
because she's spoiled, and she says,
she's
"I'm just so
owning it.
spoiled." But even the fact that she's a victim in that is also funny to me.
Well, I took it as she was really disappointed in herself.
She was, but it is I don't know. She's getting comforted because she's so spoiled. She can't live in a monastery. I don't know. Anyway, she basically says I can't do it. And the mom is like, I know, you can't.
Yeah.
And she basically gives sort of a disgusting, but in some ways scarily viable reason for why they should be spending their money and living rich.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God.
How we twist.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's, for me, the most poignant scene in the, there's a few.
Fast forward. But he basically asks his family members if they can live without money. Is that what you're going to say?
No.
That's the one that really hit me. So that one hit you. The one that hit me was like, the dad's finding out if these kids can live without money. His wife's already told him she can't.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going like, yeah, if someone asks me that question, it feels like a way bigger proposition than I want it to feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels embarrassingly like I've become dependent on this thing.
These luxuries.
Thing gives me comfort.
Yep.
Like, I think a less generous version is like people want to feel superior. I don't know if it's that dark for most people. Most people just want to know, like, I did good. There was like, you could do good or you could do bad. You could try hard or you could not try. You could study. You could like, I did good. I did all the things I was supposed to and I did good.
Yeah, that's part of
much
it.
less than like, I'm way better than Mike who can't own a pontoon boat.
But it's all subconscious. Like, it's not.
It's murky.
It is a I did good. But with the I did good comes subconsciously some on this hierarchy of humanity.
Yeah.
I have achieved a position that's fairly high up.
Well, what I totally agree with you on.
And that's wild and dumb.
What's dangerous is what you're really afraid to lose is actually not the trip or the first class. It's the pride that you did good. The notion that without those symbols of that, you could no longer say I did good, which is a terrible way to evaluate your life because
it's also
if you're
not
a good friend and a good parent. And
also, what if your job is you go work at the nursing home? You did fucking good.
Oh, that is actual good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't have money and Cartier watches to show for that.
Right.
They're all presentations. I mean, it's so depressing. Like, it is so. Mike White says, identity, what Buddhists believe identity is suffering. That is what causes it. You're tied to your identity.
Yeah.
And yes, and it can cause pride.
And even the belief that you
suffering.
have an identity.
Yes.
Because Buddhists are like, it's contextual. You're a different version in every single environment you enter.
Yeah.
In this obsession with, it's one, I have one thing in all environments and in all contexts.
Yes.
Creates all this suffering.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the whole point is nothing's fundamental. Nothing's fundamental. It's all based on where you are, who you are in that moment, what you believe in that moment, but could change at any second.
Yeah.
But there is, I do think, one thing that is fundamental, which is love. Like, that is part of this show, this series, but also the season 2, where like one of the characters has the most bizarre arc of the whole, I think, of anyone. Saxon, that character, where he's like repugnant.
Yeah.
And very much tied to money and
being a successful businessman like his father.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Masculinity.
Being alpha in the worst version.
And then by the end, he two of the character, he sees love for real. He witnesses it.
Yeah.
And he is he's like crying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he wants that. That's really what is all there is to have.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm not getting my watch.
But I think the distinction between who is it made miserable and who is it not is their identity just that achievement or not? I think it's tempting to just evaluate like expensive stuff is bad or expensive life is bad. And I'm not willing to go there. Mm-hmm. I think having your identity
Tied to
completely anchored to that is very bad. Now, I love Buddhism and I've been reading it and I really like it and it brings me a lot of perspective.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to say the world can't be Buddhist. Well, they could be.
Yeah.
We would not have vaccines. We would not have medicine. We would not have all the many things that we also really like and think are beneficial for mankind. Mm. That's not their pursuit. Their pursuit is acceptance and harmony. So, I can't go I don't think I'm willing to go full in on the whole world should be Buddhist and no craving and no striving and all that stuff, because I also I think we're in a much, much different world. But maybe you could argue maybe everyone would be happier, but they'd be dying much sooner and there'd be no solutions for a lot of things we want solutions for.
Yeah, they don't think like that.
They're not gonna band together to come up with the huge hydroelectric power plant or the sanitation system that's not what they're gonna do. They're gonna live very simply in harmony.
I mean, they're not gonna try to anti-age. No, they're accepting that this is one droplet out of the ocean and we come back to it. I do think it's a very beautiful idea that we come back and we find our people again.
I like that a lot.
In different forms.
It's very comforting, yeah.
I think I believe it. Like there are people in my life that I feel I've known.
You've done this dance before.
Yeah, in a different. Who knows in what way?
Yeah. Here's the scene I thought you were responding to. Is the teacher is saying, often we wake up with anxiety.
What does he say? I don't remember.
He's like, we wake up with anxiety and we're uncertain about what'll happen in the day and we have fear. And so what we do is we reach for our identity or our ego. I don't remember the exact words, but we reach for that thing to comfort us.
Yeah.
And I like anytime, AA is great at doing this, anytime that someone acknowledges what's the real feelings are. Like, yes, I wake up with anxiety all the time. That's my roughest part of the day is right when I wake up. Because it's like, yes, what could go wrong today? What has to be done that I'm afraid I can't accomplish? All this stuff. And so it's almost CBT to just go, oh yeah, they've been already acknowledging this for a long time. And they're basically just saying observe it as well. Mm-hmm. There's a little distance from it. There's an acknowledgement. It's very human. Yeah. It's standard. That's what's very comforting to me about Buddhism. It's like, yes, these feelings are very normal to humans. Oh, yeah. And here's what you will normally do to try to push the fear away. And here's another thing you could do. Mm-hmm. And I like that part. Right. The kind of global judgment of things. It gets too dogmatic and too like every other religion for me at that point. If there's like this big judgment about other things.
I don't think it's not a judgment. It's an acknowledgement that the way modern humans, mostly, not all, walk through the world is doing us a disservice. Like we are causing ourselves so much suffering in pursuit of pleasure. Of pleasure.
Yeah, on the worst side, and then just safety, which is defendable. But for all of it, there's always these, there's just too many great exceptions for all of it. So it's like, I immediately think of Bill Gates. Like, here's a guy who, per a Buddhist assessment, has generated way too much of everything. Money, create all these products. But that's clearly not his identity because he's giving everything he's made away. And he's impacting the world in measurably tens of thousands of lives saved. And so the whole endeavor is outside of that belief system, and I think really valid and admirable.
Right. But I guess they would say that's his identity. He doesn't have one. He's a person that did those things.
Yeah, well, I think his identity is kind of like Rockefeller's, which is like, I was put here, I was given this crazy gift. It allowed me to generate all this thing and pool this money so that I can go fix things. Like, that's their identity, and it's a cool one. I support it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. But I guess the goal, I think, is that you aren't doing any of that. You aren't doing that. You're not like saying my identity is that I help people. Even that, like that you don't put the labels on yourself because they're as they would say, a prison. Your identity is a prison. It's a cage. Whether it's a good cage, whether it's an admirable cage or not, it's still a constriction.
Yep, that's true.
Anywho,
wow.
Yeah, it's a lot to sit with.
Yeah.
I'm not getting my watch. I am wearing another watch I have right now.
I bet a lot of people listening would go like, I can't relate to this at all. But I would say, ask yourself if you could move to a place that's half the size that you currently live in. That's all that's happening. It's like, it's the proposition of having less than you have.
Yeah.
And I think that's a universal fear.
It's not about, I mean, yeah, we brought in material items and things, but it's just about the treadmill. The treadmill every person is on.
Yeah.
To get to the next rung.
Yeah.
No real satisfaction. That we're all doing that wherever you are on this ladder.
Yes.
And that's the whole thing that is causing pain.
Yeah.
So
You're Buddhist.
I'm quitting.
Quitting everything.
I'm selling my house. And I'm not buying that watch, I'll tell you that.
I do think it has a little bit of appeal that a geographic has. And people didn't listen to that episode 10 years ago. But a geographic is a common solution for addicts. It's also a common solution for people with mental health disorders. I'm going to go somewhere else and I won't have my problems there.
Yeah.
And I do think there's a little bit of a fantasy. I think if you sold everything and you quit your job and you got into this one-bedroom tiny bachelor thing, I don't believe your happiness or fulfillment or purpose is going up. I don't. I think you're going to get in that little box and go, wow, okay, I did all that because that was going to result in something.
Well, no. If you are truly committed to Buddhism, there isn't a goal. You are there. You are present. That's the goal. Like it's not. It's not to even enlightenment isn't.
I'm just saying. I think if you did all that and you pursued all that, you would get to a point where you're like, I could have done all this and not changed anything.
Well, I'm gonna try. I don't know. It's just a lot. Like it's hard to look around. It's hard to have this sense of like that's correct. Like I think that's correct that our identities are prisons.
Yeah.
Yet I have constructed a hard identity for myself, and I know that.
Yes.
And so to carry both, like to know I'm doing a thing that I know I'm participating in a thing that I actually know is not the ideal way.
Yep.
That's like a hard thing for me currently today to reconcile.
I think fully committing to a singular view. I like nuance and moderation. It's like, no, there's some good tenets and there's lots of great points that bring to your attention that you should observe and track.
Yeah.
And you can improve on. But like, is full Buddhist the correct thing or not Buddhist at all, the capitalist thing, correct? I guess I'm just like, no, again, they're just two stories. They have valid points. And you try to make the version that leaves you with the most peace and contentment.
I think most people could never
achieve
full enlightenment.
Monkhood.
Or be like truly Buddhist. I don't. So yeah, everyone who believes, not everyone, but most people who believe any of this is, you are combining it with the reality of, especially in this country, with our world, with our
reality.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Anywho.
Okay. This is for David Sedaris.
Oh boy. The fun thing about Sedaris, aside from that he's just so perfect every time.
Yeah.
is it always reinvigorates me to go back and re-listen to all the stuff.
So
and I've
fun.
just, since we've interviewed him, I've just been on a tear of listening to all of his stuff.
So fun.
Listen to this incredible one in Happy Go Lucky. And the specific story is Lady Marmalade.
Okay, great.
It's wild. The stuff he is able to cover.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's just incredible.
It's kind of Mike Whitey, actually. He's just so brutally honest with it. The Marmalade story is about, like, over the years, the many weird things his dad did that were very perverse but didn't seem to cross the ultimate line for him. It was the 70s or something, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, he wanted to examine David's asshole at one point because his stomach hurt.
Okay.
And he's like, you probably have hemorrhoids. And he was like, didn't know what that was. And his dad made him bend over the counter and he looked at his ass. Now, as he said, he didn't like put his finger in his butt or anything, but he definitely like examined it. He said, as if he were looking at a gem.
Oh my God.
And he did that 3 times throughout his childhood. He also he was very into photography and had these art photo magazines. And he asked David's sister when she was 17 if he could take pictures of her topless in the woods.
Yeah,
it's like very bad.
Yeah, very.
Just a series of things. And then later, his sister, who ultimately died by suicide or of suicide, accused the dad of sexual abuse.
Really?
And then them trying as siblings to evaluate whether they believe her or not, which is like so real.
Oof, yeah.
It's just so real. It wouldn't be this way on TV and it wouldn't be this way in the media, but this is really what happened. This is what really happens.
Yeah.
It's such a delicately assembled story.
Okay. Now, was there a time where you couldn't order a drink on an airplane because it's Sunday? No. I mean, maybe at some point you couldn't drink at all, obviously, on planes. But state laws regarding alcohol sales, such as blue laws, do not apply to alcoholic beverages sold on airplanes, even if the state has such laws. Airlines are subject to federal regulations regarding the sale of alcohol, which generally supersede state laws.
If you really step back, it's interesting that they allowed drinking on an airplane.
Yeah, I know.
When you got 100 strangers sitting in a very tight area,
I know.
and you're allowing them to get drunk, which we know makes humans unpredictable.
Yeah.
You could see where it would have never been allowed.
I agree.
I mean, I'm all for it. People are nervous, makes the time go by. You don't have a problem like me. It's lovely. Yeah. But it is a curious policy.
It is.
Like they should allow weed, I guess, too. But like, I don't know, mushrooms? Probably not.
Well, weed is different unless they're eating it. Like you wouldn't want the smoke.
Yeah, you wouldn't want the smoke. You're eating it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's fine, I guess. But there's obviously certain drugs, PCP, don't know.
Well, illegal drug are probably not allowed.
Yeah. Shooting dope, no. You can't have ODs
not.
up in the air.
I don't think so. The priests dress a cassock, Catholic cassock or cassock. It has 33 buttons representing the years of Jesus' life. Anglican cassocks may have 39 buttons symbolizing the 39 articles of religion.
Right. But I don't know. I didn't know there were 39 articles of religion.
I didn't either know that. Okay, I have a surprise.
Oh, I like surprises.
I know. I brought everyone one of the books, the children's book, The Story of the Little Mole Who Went in Search of Whodunit. This is the story about the poop on the head.
Oh,
I got one for you too, Rob.
And he said it's Werner. Yeah, Holsworth. Yeah, these are very German names. Wolf and Werner.
And on the back it says, when Little Mole looks out of his hole one morning, plop, something lands on his head. Who done it?
Oh, and guys, just for the viewer, here's a holdup of it, and the listener. It's not like a little bit of bird poop. It's a big turd. It's like a soft
really
serve
big
turd.
poo-poo.
It's covering his entire head.
And there's flies on it.
Well, I cannot read this to the children's.
Yeah.
This is going to be right up their alley. They're disgusting like me.
Well, you made them disgusting.
I think I did.
Anyway, so this is an exciting...
Thank you.
Oh, wow, look at this
it.
page.
Oh, fun. It's a yak dumping big plops of
poo-poo.
You would know, whenever you see that horse droppings, which I see on the hiking trail sometimes.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Make no mistake about it. It's horse dung.
I know.
Because there's like clumps of hay still in it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm so glad we don't eat hay. That's a Buddhist thing. They could probably figure out how to eat hay, but I can't. I want to eat ribeye.
Oh, yeah, I want a burger. I think I'm going to have a burger tonight.
Oh, burger?
And it's like so indulgent to eat burgers.
Oh, no. I'm not sure how this is going to work out.
I know. I'm going to New York on Friday.
Be a Buddhist when you get home.
I really indulge there.
Yeah, no, be a Buddhist when you get home.
Okay.
There's plenty of time.
I'll give myself another week to be a heathen.
Fully actualized.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I had to bring this up because he talks about diversity in kids' books. And so I have completed the studio since we last spoke, or since we interviewed Seth. And
do you love it as much as I did?
I loved it so much.
Yeah.
My privilege, the Buddhists wouldn't like this, but my privilege that we had access to to the screeners, but I couldn't get into the screeners
it's always
beforehand.
To get.
So I was like, whatever, I'll just watch it when it comes out. And so the first 2 episodes came out and I watched it, and immediately I was like, we got to figure this out. ASAP.
Yeah.
And I have to watch all of it. I watched it all one day.
Oh, great.
I was obsessed with it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It is so good. It is so stressful.
It's so stressful. I almost want to watch it again without the stress.
Yeah. But Buddhism. Oh no, Buddhism's my new The Pit.
Yeah, you switched right from
But
this would interest you. I was talking to Tom Hansen. Well, I had dinner with him yesterday before my meeting. And he was just coming from seeing John Wells.
Oh, fun.
And he said, are you watching it? I said, no, but Monica's watching it for me, and she brings it up on every single episode. And he's like, it is so good. He went on it. He is right with you. Yeah.
The cool kids know.
And he's like, no, Wiley's such a man now.
Oh, I know.
Oh, wow. He and I kind of went through the same transformation. Right? Wasn't he a medium-sized boy?
He was. Well, he's in the show, he's wearing a hoodie, so you can't see his body, really.
But he's really masculine up.
He's really become quite masculine. His neck is thicker.
You want his bod, right?
You mean I want it on me or in me? Yes, I do. I am so attracted to him. Yeah, that's him. That's him on Friends.
No, that's ER, right?
No.
Oh, they guest starred on Friends as doctors. That's cute. Yeah, so that looks like me and Punked.
Oh, he's so cute.
And let's see him now. Oh, wow.
Oh my God, is he hot?
Wow. Okay, so I haven't watched.
When you see him intubate.
Oh, he can intubate like a motherfucker.
I bet he knows how to intubate.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
Probably.
He's done this so many times.
Yeah. But you would think I would know how to mix some music from how many times I hit buttons on Parenthood, and I don't know anything.
I think it's different with this kind of thing.
Okay, because he's a better actor.
You haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I would let
him intubate you?
I would let him perform a surgery on me.
Oh, you would? Yeah. Wow.
I think he would kind of know how to do it.
Okay.
I know you're mad about that.
No. I want you to expand how many people you let do surgery on you, not limit.
Thank you. That's very Buddhist of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, he's hot.
There's
as
enough
hell.
room. I think you'll have enough surgeries. There's enough.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Let's hope not.
There's enough surgeries for Noah and Ida.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you're going to get another one of those piercings. I know it. I know you.
I do want
I know you so well. You'll get another infected piercing.
I will.
Yeah. Another ring swollen around your. These are all coming.
Yeah, something happened. Oh, remember I told you I had an earring in recently and it was hard to get out.
Yeah, got infected. Your ears are telling you very clearly, we don't want adornment.
And I refuse to accept it.
Good for you.
Anyway.
Identity.
I love that he loves The Pit.
Yeah.
People love it. It's like really gotten huge.
I'm going to go in.
Yeah, you got to go in. You got to go in.
I'm just behind on Righteous and I was behind on White Lotus. So.
Okay, now Why was I bringing up the pit?
Sedaris.
Buddhism.
Oh, Buddhist is your new pit.
Right, but I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the studio. So there's an episode in the studio about diversity, about casting.
Oh, my God.
And
yes.
it is.
Yes, ice cubes in it. Yeah.
It is
it's so well done.
Funny.
Yeah.
And so well done.
No one can figure out what's racist. That's so true and funny.
It's so accurate.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. And also like, because they each individually have the realization that something is potentially racist.
Yeah.
And you see them all have the realization at different times. And it is, oh my God, it is brilliant. It is chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Highly recommend the studio. Okay. Now, how many cows does an average meat eater eat in a lifetime? Okay.
Okay.
The average American consumes approximately 174 animals per year, including 23 chickens, a third of a pig, a tenth of a cow, 3/4 of a turkey, and smaller amounts of other animals like fish and shellfish. This translates to roughly 11 cows over a lifetime.
I think I've eaten more than that.
Yeah, you do think that.
Yeah.
Does it count human DNA in hot dogs?
Huh?
Oh, yeah,
it
like
count
1
human
millionth of a
DNA?
human from the hot dog
Oh,
consumption.
yeah, maybe that counts. Maybe that counts. Okay, is piles the old word for hemorrhoids? Yes. Swollen, inflamed veins in the lower rectum and anus.
This is what, ding, ding, ding. This is what David's father was checking him for.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Yeah.
whoa. They can be internal or external.
I am shocked that I've never had a hemorrhoid.
I'm
It
shocked
feels
you
impossible.
haven't. Are you sure you haven't?
I have some weak systems, but I have some bulletproof systems. As we know already, my teeth are bulletproof.
Right.
I think my anus is too, because we both know I sit on that toilet for fucking as long
An
as I can,
hour.
as long as my life will permit.
Yeah. But you have had
Till my
blood.
legs fall asleep
You've had
sometimes.
blood. What'd you have?
Fissures.
Fissures,
Yeah, I had a bad run of fissures.
Yeah, that's not strong.
It's rough, but it's not a tongue hanging out of your butthole.
Eh.
Piles.
I've never had piles.
Okay.
But if I did,
Would you let
Noah
Noah
Wiley
Wiley? Would you let him look at
Yeah.
your piles?
if I got waxed and everything.
Okay, everything else was gorgeous.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Oh,
53.
great age. Mature.
Just about to be picked off the vine to made into wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's lived such a long life in the ER.
Oh, God. That's crazy. He's still at it. It's exhausting work.
I know. It's getting to him. He has I won't tell you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that's it.
Oh, okay, great. I love you, David Sedaris.
Love you, David Sedaris.
So much. All right.
Oh yeah, he brought us we have postcards, but I didn't bring mine.
Isn't it behind you?
Yours is.
Why isn't yours behind you?
I have it at my house.
Oh, that's a good place for it.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
on
for
my
some
fridge.
reason it went behind your head.
It's on my fridge.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.